Life is often called a journey, and in those journeys, there are seasons where we may find ourselves unsure, frightened about what's going to take place. And today on the Good Morning Devotional podcast, we're going to talk about how to find peace in the journey. Hello and welcome to the Good Morning Devotional podcast. I'm Dallas, your host, and this is the podcast where we come to you once or twice a week to encourage you and point you to the Christ in hopes that you find some peace and are able to take your next step with God. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you guys from a very particular passage that I have meditated many times as I have gone through the journey of life. In my own life, I have been on a journey recently, and it's a lot of good things. There's a lot of things that are shifting and changing. And in that journey, there can come a sense of anxiety, a sense of fear, maybe even some doubt. And these things can well up inside of you and grip your heart and even cause you to stop, to pause in the journey that you're on. These feelings that you may be getting on your own journey, I want you to understand that this is natural. These things happen to everyone. For me, in the last good bit, there's some things that are shifting in Celeste and I's lives, and they're good things, they're positive things, and we're having to adjust our view on certain things. There are opportunities that have opened up. If you are familiar with us outside of this podcast, you know we have a ministry called Geek Devotions, and we are doing things with that. We have a con coming up. I'm actually selling salsa at a pepper festival here in a little bit. And then at the same time, and this is kind of a big announcement for everybody listening, I have published a book. It drops on August 10th, which is Monday after this podcast comes out. And just the journey of publishing this book has been scary. The idea of going, man, I'm putting something out. Will people receive it? Will it be received well? Will it actually help somebody? And then even the last couple hours, or last couple days rather, where it's really become real. There's been things about it. Is this going to benefit people? Is this going to benefit my wife and I? Have I wasted my time in this journey? And as I've been on this, I've been reflecting back on Psalm 121, which is a Psalm of Ascent. Now, you need to understand these Psalms of Ascent that you find in the scriptures. These were songs that people would sing on their way to Jerusalem for the various festivals. And you need to remember that journeying to Jerusalem isn't like today. You know, you're traveling, maybe an hour or two to get to a big city from where you're at now. But back then, these journeys were massive. Weeks, getting from one town to the next. And in those journeys, again, you've prepared, you're doing some stuff. Maybe you've made a misstep. Maybe you've done something you weren't supposed to do, and now you and your friends are struggling in this process. And so what they had were these songs to remind themselves, to remind them of who God is, the goodness of God. And there's one specific one that I've leaned on for many years, since I was a teenager. And it's Psalm 121. And I'm reading from the Complete Jewish Bible, which is a translation of the scriptures where they've attempted to kind of bring back some of the Jewishness of the scriptures. Not saying that if you're reading the English Standard Version or NIV that they're incorrect, and there's a problem with him calling him James. But they've added some stuff back into it, and I've really enjoyed some of the vocabulary found in the book of Psalms specifically. And in Psalm 121 it says this: "If I raise my eyes to the hills, from where will my help come? My help comes from Adonai, the maker of heaven and earth." So right here the psalmist is saying, look, I'm traveling. I was looking up to the hills of my journey, the destination I'm going to. Where's my help going to come from? And he recognizes that his help comes from the Lord, Adonai. And then he grounds that idea within the identity of who God is, the power of God. He is the maker of heaven and earth. He is the one who, before the foundation of the world, created everything. He spoke into existence life. He's the one that positioned the sun and the moon and the earth in its perfect spaces so that the earth doesn't freeze nor burn up, so that we have the correct gravitational pull on the earth itself to create waves and create certain weather patterns. And it's intricately designed for our good. And then he says in verse 3, he will not let your foot slip. Your guardian is not asleep. No, the guardian of Israel never slumbers or sleeps. And this right here is where I have found myself. Because in these journeys, maybe you know the Lord and you've trusted him. But there are seasons where you're going, are you awake, Lord? Are you watching me? Are you even concerned about me, God? And I want you to know that he's not asleep. He's not going to let your foot slip. Now, does that mean that you won't go through turbulent times? No. But it does mean that if you trust in him, if you put your faith in him, that while there may be turbulent times, he's going to help you. He's going to be with you. He does not sleep on your situation. He is well aware, and he is watching you and walking with you. And then verse 5, Adonai is your guardian. At your right hand, Adonai provides you with shade. The sun can't strike you during the day or even the moon at night. He is right there beside you. He is guarding you from things you don't even know. I think it's one thing that people kind of miss. They're in amid all these other things, and they're going, God, there's this and that, and they don't understand how much he has already shielded them from, how much he's already taken care of them. There are things that I've been worried about, and as time has progressed, I've realized, man, God had seen this and he protected me in all these ways. As I look back over the last 41 years of my life, which, by the way, I'll be 42 on Monday when my book drops. So in 42 years, and as I look back, I go, man, God put me here because he was guarding me from this over here. And I was angry in these seasons that I was in this situation, but not realizing he put me here to guard me. Verse 7, Adonai will guard you against all harm. He will guard your life. Adonai will guard your coming and going from now and forever. Again, looking back, I did not realize how much he shielded me and how much he guarded me. And I am so thankful for that provision. I want to encourage you that wherever you're at right now, whatever you're dealing with, remember that the Lord, your guardian, is not asleep. He is watching you. He is walking with you, and he will provide for you as you put your trust and your faith in him. I want to say thank you to you guys for listening to this podcast. If it's encouraged you, reach out to me. Let me know. You guys can find my professional Facebook and Instagram. Look for Dallas Mora Creates. And you can get in touch with me there. And also, you can get some information about my book. There should be in the show notes a newsletter about the book. And also, I think a link for you guys to get the Kindle version pre-ordered. The physical version will be out on Monday. I can't do pre-orders for that. But yeah, I want to say thank you also to everyone who has supported me in this journey, supported my wife and I both, our family. We would not have survived so many things if the Lord had not guarded us by putting people in our lives. And so I just want to say thank you for being the provision we needed. And that provision is not just, monetary or anything like that. Guys, it's being friends, being voices of wisdom, being someone to pray with us and to care for us when we're going through those things. Until next time, have a great week.